Good evening. And what is up? Hold on. All right. Now we're not going to have the feedback. I hope everybody had a good week, and I hope you're doing well today. Today's live stream is going to be just a little bit different than I normally do. I am obviously not in my office tonight. My air conditioner decided to go out again, so I am in a different location. Um, I hope you like my current location. This is actually not the background that I'm actually in. So I need to see if I can change that real quick. Hold on just a second. Okay, now I am I am where I'm supposed to be. Now you can actually see what is actually around me. The previous background was an AI generated background. So I hope everybody's doing okay tonight. We got CG Anime fan in the house. Hope you're doing well tonight, CG Anime fan. And we got Marty Baker. Welcome, Marty. CG said he hoped that everybody had a good week. Yes, I do too. I hope everybody had a great week because my week was really busy, very busy. What did you guys do this week? Tell me what you guys did. And Invisible River, welcome, Invisible River, to the live stream. I hope you're having a great night. And he says it's another hot week and all is well. So yeah, it was a hot week here too, and it's hot right now. And I am actually over here in one of my Airbnb houses. It was vacant this weekend, so I decided to use it for my live stream tonight. And I just answered that question, Marty. And CG says he was feeling rough for a while, but started drinking more water, which has been helping him feel better. Well, that is great, CG. I'm glad that you are feeling better. I know that it's never good when you're not feeling good. I wasn't feeling good part of this week myself. I was having a little bit of a rough time myself this week. I think Carol brought home COVID or something from her karate school. I'm not sure. But I was having a sore throat, and it got a little scratchy, and then it got a little itchy in my ears and all that stuff. And so my sinuses started feeling like they were getting infected, and I just felt overall sick. But fortunately, I'm feeling a little bit better than that tonight, so that's good. Invisible River says he has a lot of baby fish. CG says, I hope you're okay. Yes, I'm okay. I'm doing much better now than I was. Thank you for asking. But the eBay and the flea market business have been continuing on. I'll share a little bit of that with you tonight. eBay has not been doing wonderful this week. They kind of took a little slowdown. And but the flea market booth has really been doing well. So I will share that with you. I'm doing things a little bit different tonight because I'm not in my office. I'm actually filming the live stream from my phone. I have my phone on a tripod in front of me, and I'm on my computer checking everybody's messages and stuff because that's the only way I have to check people's messages. So basically what I did was I invited myself on to the live stream, and so if I were to show my actual self from my live stream, let's see if it would. I don't have any audio. Let's see. It's trying to connect to the 365 link, which is not connected right now. So that's why um, that won't work. But I want to see if I can still show you my screens like I normally do. Badlands Bandit, welcome. We missed you last time, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Badlands Bandit, I sent you an email about 2 weeks ago. It was a little bit late, but I wanted to send you some pictures of the 24. You're looking for number 24 cars, right? So I wanted to send you some pictures of the number 24 cars. Invisible River says, doing good, can't really tell. And you missed the cat. Well, right now he is kind of hot. Badlands said he sent me an email inquiring about my NASCAR items, but no reply. Yeah, I did reply. Maybe it went to your spam mail. Maybe you should check your spam mail and see if it went to your spam mail, because I definitely did reply, and but it was not an immediate reply. I do apologize for it not being an immediate reply, but yes, I did reply and I sent you a message. So if you would like send me, I gave you my phone number, so text me or call me or something, and I'll text you the pictures that I've got of the number 24 cars, so you can see what you can get. I had a guy come into the booth today, and he bought one of them, so they're going pretty quickly. Invisible River says he's sorry he missed the live stream. It's okay, buddy. We missed you, but I understand when you can't make it. Invisible River says air conditioning is pricey. Yes, it is, especially if you have to replace an entire system. The last time it went out was probably about 2 months ago, and the technician came and he just jiggled a couple of wires or something, and I don't know. I don't think he even knows what he did, but he was able to get it working, and so he didn't even charge me for the service call. But I imagine that whoever comes out tomorrow is going to charge me for the service call. But we hope it's not. I hope it's not something serious, and it can be fixed pretty quickly. Marty says she likes my shirt. Thank you, Marty. Badlands, did you just text me? Did you just send me a text from an area code 301? I just got a text that said, "Hi, Sam," but didn't say who it was. So this is going to be a little bit tricky tonight. I'm going to see if I can share my screen like I normally do. Okay, got you, Dustin. Okay, let's see if I can share. Oh, look, it's showing up. Well, that's great. So you're able to see that. Can you see it okay? Badlands says, yeah, that was him. And Marty says, is your team playing Saturday? Is Auburn playing? I have no idea who is playing Saturday, but I don't even know when the season starts. Sadly to say, I'm not even keeping up with the season. Yep, Invisible River production skills are on the fly tonight. I'm just kind of winging it. So you can still see me, and you can also see the screen that's sharing the screen I'm sharing. So I'm going to go over my sales. I got to tell you guys, this flea market booth is killing it. It is doing awesome, awesome. So um, yesterday was the 23rd, right? Today's the 24th. It looks like I had two sales today for a total of $51. I sold a car. That would be one of those Jeff Gordon NASCARs, the 24. I told you I sold one of those today. And I sold a Dale Jr. NASCAR. So he bought two of those die-cast metal cars. It's I don't know what scale it is, but it's bigger than the small ones. It's about maybe this big. So that sold, one of them sold for $25 and one sold for $26 for a total of $51, which is great. And then yesterday I sold the mess out of some Hot Wheels. Looks like I sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 regular Hot Wheels, and then a vintage Hot Wheel from 1998 for $20 and a long hauler for $18. And then I sold a Sega Game Gear. I had in my booth, I have three handhelds right now. I have a Sega Game Gear, I have a handheld Game Boy, and I have a Nintendo DS. So I've already sold one of the a Game Boy, so I put another Game Boy in there to replace it. But I sold a Sega Game Gear, and it sold for $135 with 10% off, because I offer 10% off for anybody who buys anything from me that is over $100. So on the 22nd, I sold two video games, the Nintendo Entertainment System games, for $25 a piece. One of them is Batman and one is Metroid. And then on the 19th, I sold some die-cast. I sold a die-cast plane and a Jeff Gordon car, another 24 car, for a total of $70. And then I sold two DVDs for $5 a piece for $10. So I did $70 on the 18th. And the 19th I don't know why they combined them together, but they did. So I did 10 on the 18th and 70 on the 19th. So that's a total of $80 there. Then on the 17th, I sold a comic. No, I sold three comics because the comics are $5 a piece. Then I sold one of the wrestling figures that I I shared that with you guys on live stream not too long ago for $16. And then two more Hot Wheels, one for $5 and one for $14. A PlayStation 2 game for $20. PlayStation 4 game for $18, and then a VHS for $2. And then on the 16th, some more comics, $15, so that would have been three comics. Then another comic for $4. Lightning, that's Johnny Lightning diecast car for $8. Records, I sold some records for $50, and a Wii game, Just Dance game, for $14. And then, so that's a total of $91. And then on the day before that, on the 15th, I sold three albums, Chicago, Elvis, and Mahalo, or two albums, and it was $28 for both albums. So my running total since the 15th of this month, and it's only the 24th now, so it's only been 9 days, is $578 with the Eastbrook Market sale. So that is awesome. Really happy with that. Yeah, probably 1/24th scale. Invisible River says, sell more. And CG Anime Fan, on Friday, he went to the fair and got a plush for his collection. He has a review planned for what he got later on. And he has a review planned later on in the week for what he got. And welcome, Gumball Gold. Good to see you on here. Hotty toddy. How are you doing tonight, Gumball? How are your gumball sales? I don't know if you saw my video, my last video, like 2 weeks ago, but I went into the flea market and I showed my candy machine. I have filled it with candy and I have put it at the front of the flea market, like when you walk in the front door, so you can get candy, and it's making money. It's doing pretty good. It's a 25-cent mechanism, so it's not, making tons of money, but at least it's making money, and seems to be doing pretty good up there in the front. Seems to be pretty busy up there. But yeah, so I'm really excited about how the flea market is doing. It is definitely paying for itself. I only paid booth rent is $255 a month, and so it would be $250 a month, but I have electricity going to my booth, and so it's a little bit higher. One thing I wanted to share with you guys tonight is I took some pictures. I changed up my booth just a little bit. Let me see if I can get to that, my pictures, and I can share that with you. So in the meantime, you guys just talk amongst yourselves. I want to hear about your week. I want to hear how things have gone. What have you guys been up to? I have gotten some new records recently, and I put some in the booth today. But I'm going to show you some pictures I took. I got some of these lights, and I took a couple of pictures of them to show you guys. I put them up around the booth to kind of draw people in. Come on. This thing is not cooperating with me. Okay. Here we go. I also made, I guess I made a little video about 19 seconds worth, so I'm going to share that with you. Let's see. Let me catch up with the comments. Invisible River says that store is a happy place. Yes, it is. And Gumball Gold says he saw my video, and you didn't do a collection of quarters. I know I should do a collection, shouldn't I? You got a point. You got a good point there. I think I'm going to do a collection video, or at least I'm going to put my collection in the video and share that with you guys in my video. Invisible River says Gumball is making people happy too. CG says he worked on a video for his channel during the week. Good. I can't wait to see it. Invisible River, same well pump. Next day, he went out to rip it out, and it was working. Well, good. And Marty says her week has been good. Gumball Gold says over 25,000 Ole Miss students have returned to town the last couple of weeks, so gumball sales will go back to normal. Invisible River says he bought a new well pump and everything it needs. Okay. So he's ready for next time. And William Smith says, Happy Sunday from Val and William. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. Hope you guys had a good Sunday. Val and I spent our honeymoon where you are. You sure did. And I think you spent most of it right here on this couch watching movies on the videos. See, what I did was I have a projector and I have a video screen, and I put the video screen up on the wall, and I brought them a whole box full of DVDs to watch. And so they did nothing but watch movies and just enjoyed each other's company. So I'm going to share with you this video. So you can see what my booth looks like now. All right, watch closely for the blinking lights. Oh, dadgummit. Okay, let's try this again. All right, let's try this again. What do you guys think? Do you like my blinking lights? Carol, are you on my phone? Oh, that's Carol on the video. So that's how the booth looks now. I got some. Let me see if I can show you the still picture. All right, so that's the still picture. You can see these lights go along the top there. And I got a little, I got an R that lights up. Got that at a yard sale. So that's what it looks like now from the front when you're walking up toward it. And I've put a lot of stuff out in the front of the booth, some Halloween stuff that I picked up at a yard sale. So Invisible said he saw the lights, and William said that they were thankful for having a place for their honeymoon, and it was very nice. Yeah, this is a really nice house. I wouldn't mind living in this house. And William says, nice booth. And obviously the lights are working. Marty also likes the lights. Sales are up. I think that the lights helped bring people into the booth yesterday, because I just put them up. Yesterday was the first day they were actually up, and today was the first full day that they were actually up. And Invisible River says, it's all in them glass cases. It looks nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. William Smith and Mom Tomorrow. Attention grabber. Yeah, those lights are an attention grabber. They really pull in the attention. But I was going to show you a couple of the little knick-knack stuff I picked up this week too. We went to a couple of yard sales. Didn't get anything really amazing at any of the yard sales this weekend. It was a little bit of a bust, but I did pick up a couple of things. And my picture thing just took me all the way to the top of my pictures. Don't know why it did that. So I was just trying to share with you a couple of little pictures from some of the items that I picked up. And my picture thing went all the way to the beginning of my pictures. So I'm trying to scroll it down real quick and show you guys what I wanted to show you. My goodness. Here we go. Why is it doing this? All right, we're almost there. Okay. So I'm going to show you a couple of the things that I picked up this past weekend. Like I said, nothing really amazing. I got this this shirt for Carol. She's a big, she likes Grinch. So I got her this Grinch shirt and she seems to like it. Here's a video from the booth. I got a new angle. I want to show you guys this. I got a new camera in. I got two new cameras in the booth. This is one of them. It's a completely new angle. This is the guy that bought I hope you can see this, but this is the guy that bought the two video games. This is the video from him buying those. So you can see what the booth looks like from, like, if you were standing inside the booth. And he's opening the glass display case and pulling out a couple of games. So you guys get to see a new angle on my cameras this weekend. And this is from the other camera from a different angle. So if I want to see what games he got, I can see he's holding Metroid right now, the NES game Metroid. That was $25. And then the other game that he got, he had a stack of them. You see, he had what, four on the side here, and then he had three more. So 5, 6, 7. So he had 7 games that he was looking at. I wish he had bought all 7 of them, but he bought Batman. So there's Batman. So this is pretty neat. I can actually see what's being sold, and that helps me when I'm restocking. If I'm not at the booth, I get a notification whenever somebody comes in front of the camera because it's motion censored. But this is pretty neat because I can see what's sold and I can replenish without having to go up there and see what's sold and then come back. But I'm going to show you the next angle in just a second. This is the really best angle. See, I turned the camera toward this guy. This is one of the employees. See, some of my best customers are the employees there. And that's the new camera. I turned it all the way to the side. And this is the showing the record albums and the video games and the DVDs. This guy was checking out some records. I like the fact that I've got the record player in the booth because it allows people to play the records before they buy them, so they can't say, well, the record was no good when I bought it. And they have a way to look at it. But you can see behind him where my pointer is, I got some new records out there. I got Purple Rain, I've got Journey, that's Prince and the Revolution. And then I've got the 1999 album right there that's also Prince. So I put some new records out, and hopefully, they'll do pretty well. That's a video game I picked up I bought that on Friday. I actually bought a stack of video games. Now this thing right here, this is an umbrella stand. We didn't know what it was. It was actually, there was a one of these plastic drawers that you see that you buy to store stuff in. I use a lot of them with my eBay store, but there was one on the side of the road when we were going to the yard sales on Saturday, and I saw it there on the side of the road, and I pulled over. I told Carol, go grab it. So she grabbed it. It was in perfect condition, nothing wrong with it. But these things were inside or right beside it, and there were four of them. And so what these things are is that you dig them into the sand and you stick umbrella in it, and that's an umbrella holder for the beach. This is a something I picked up at the thrift store, and what it is, it's a Bluetooth uh, phone charger. I picked that up on Friday. So here's some folks shopping, getting some of these Hot Wheels. I love it when people buy the Hot Wheels. Well, I was going to show you the other angle. This is some of the things that I got at the thrift store. These things were all together in a box. They're keychains, and they're like manga, if you've heard of manga or manga. And so I only paid a couple of dollars for the whole box, and these things are selling like $8 a piece. So there was pictures. These are pictures of the different ones I had. Now this is the other angle I wanted to show you that I have. This camera, see, I had a blind spot back here where these video games were, and video games are high dollar and they're easy to steal. So if you look where I have my mouse right here, about 3 weeks ago, I had a woman stood right here while a man bent down here with a bag, and he looked really suspicious. I don't know if he was putting video games in the bag or what was going on, but this was a blind spot, so I wasn't able to see what was going on. So I put this camera up here, pointed it down, and now I can actually see what they're getting out of the shelves. Now, if somebody's standing there blocking the other camera, that's okay now because I no longer have that blind spot. I can see straight down, and I can see what people are pulling out and where they're putting it. Like this lady right here, she's looking at DVDs, and I can, if she turned it sideways, I'd be able to tell you what DVD that was. So she bought that DVD, and I think she ended up getting another one. She was the one that bought the DVDs. But that's my new camera angle there, and I really like that. Really like that camera angle. See, here's a guy looking at video games. So you can see he just grabbed Grand Theft Auto.
At least when they got that gauntlet shit where it might be on.
So I really like that camera angle. Now this guy is just buying VHS. And they don't even look up. These guys are checking out my video games. It's interesting to see people will stop in front of the booth and they'll look and they'll point and they'll say something like, "I used to play that when I was a kid." So it gets real nostalgic for them. Let's see if I can get some more pictures of some stuff that I have bought. That's that umbrella holder. This is the game I got I've already got that one posted. I posted this one too. That was another game I got from. I had a buy that I bought a bunch of games from one guy, and this one right here. Oh, these were at a yard sale, and I paid like $3 a piece for them. And they're like Star Wars action figures that were new in the pack. And so this one right here, I listed for $24. It's listed in my store. It's the Mandalorian. Uh, and these are all that's the same one. That's one of them, Star Wars action figure. This is Princess Leia action figure. And Power Rangers action figure. I got all of them for like $3 a piece. There's another Mandalorian. And I've already got these listed, averaging about $26 a piece, $25 a piece. These are just some games these are records that I put out today. Three Dog Night, The Doors, John Cougar Mellencamp, Tina Turner, Rod Stewart, The Righteous Brothers, Rod Stewart, Foreigner, Rolling Stone, and the Let It Bleed album is a pretty sought after album. Paul Revere and the Raiders, Diana Ross and the Supremes. This one is really nostalgic. The Age of Aquarius, the Fifth Dimensions, that was big during the '60s. Joan Baez, Paul Revere and the Raiders. So that's some of the stuff that I've been working on this past week. So I've been pretty busy keeping that stuff going. So let's catch up with the comments. Invisible River says, when they reminisce, they are happy. Yes, they are. A new generation of Star Wars. Yep. If you ever get a hold of those vintage Star Wars action figures, some of those can go for pretty big money. William says he likes my dolls, the Star Wars dolls. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. So that's what the flea market booth has been doing. I've actually been having more fun with the flea market booth than I have with eBay, but I still like eBay and I still enjoy buying and selling on eBay. And I'll show you my sales on eBay here in just a second. But eBay's doing really good as well. Don't have any issues with eBay. It's slowed down a little bit, but it's still doing good. So I'll just go ahead and share that with you. So my sales for the last 31 days is $3,714.48. So that's down a little bit from what it had been in the past, because you guys been watching me for a while. You know that I was averaging about 5,000 a month for a 31-day period. And then like maybe a month and a half ago, it started declining, going down. And so the sales really tanked for a while. I think they were like $3,500 for the month. But this is 3714, and so the taxes were like 242.03. Selling cost was 1,377.68, and the net sales was $2,094.77. 64 items sold. Average sales price is $58.04. I don't know why that popped up. $58.04. So, there's the month. Let me show you the month. I always show you that. Oh, video games and consoles is still on top, but not by much. Behind it is toys and hobbies, home and garden, and still have some more video games and consoles, jewelry and watches, toys and hobbies, consumer electronics, musical instruments. So you see, it's a variety of different items that I'm selling. And the video game consoles market is really slow this time of year, but it will definitely be picking up in the third quarter, starting in October. November and December are pretty busy months for me, because especially December. Last year, December, I did like 9,500 in sales just in the month of December last year. And that's all really because of Christmas sales. People spend a lot of money on Christmas at Christmas time. So, but you can see that, this chart for the last 31 days, it's really all over the place. The first part of the month was consistent, pretty consistent. I mean, I had pretty good sales for the first part of the month. And then August the 14th didn't have any sales. And then August the 22nd didn't have any sales. So just a couple of days ago. And today's sales is only at $15.49. And here we are at 8:15 p.m. and it's only done that. But I've had a couple of offers today. I had someone offer me $125 for a vintage John Wayne mailbox, and I sent them a counter offer of $130. I thought they would go ahead and take that $130, but they haven't responded yet. So they have like 24 hours to respond. But the biggest day of the month was August the 9th. $422 in sales that one day. And I had several really good strong days after that. I had some 3 days where the sales were over $200. One was pretty close to $300. So, eBay's still going pretty strong. I'm still really pleased with eBay, and I haven't lost faith in them. Even though the sales dropped, I think that's just a summer thing. It's a summer slowdown, as they call it. So let me show you some of the stuff that I've sold here recently. See, those are my listings where I put those action figures up. I put those up today. So let's go to sold items. and I'll share with you what I've sold. Let's see. William says, "Is that house you are right now currently vacant?" Yes. Um, I have been. Uh, I got to tell on myself here. Talking about this house, I have made videos about this house. Talking about opening that I'm planning on opening it up as an Airbnb, and I have every intention of opening it up as an Airbnb. I've had every intention of opening it since February. There's just a couple of things that I've been procrastinating on doing, and one of those, I've got to paint a ceiling in the bedroom, in two of the bedrooms, and I've got to replace a couple of ceiling fans because they're they actually, the ceiling fans work just fine. They're just a little bit dirty, so I've got to replace a couple of ceiling fans, and I'm going to replace a couple of blinds before I rent it out. But I've just been procrastinating, and it's my own fault. I should have already had it listed on Airbnb. If it was listed on Airbnb, it would probably have somebody in it right now. But I have been neglectful and procrastinated and have not done what I needed to do. But hopefully, I can get fire lit under me and get that done. Okay, so today, the big thing I sold today was this one CD. It's called Celtic Woman for $10. Woohoo! But I guess it's better than nothing. And then yesterday I sold this uh, three sets of two. Let's see, these are VHS tapes. There's five of them, and it's the Old West series. I sold an alarm clock with blue numbers, an Emerson radio clock alarm clock. Sold a Sony PlayStation 3 bundle. This is the first bundle I have sold in a little while now, but this is a typical bundle. I've got 4 games with it. I've got the Battlefield game, Dishonored, Grand Theft Auto, and then football game, Madden football game. But that's a PlayStation 3 that I've had in my inventory for quite some time now. So it finally sold with OEM controller. Sold a pair of shoes on the 21st. I imagine I paid about $3 for those at a yard sale. That's about basic. What I normally pay. Those are $31.49 is what I got for those. I sold this Wii Sports game for $32.40. I picked this Wii Sports game up at the local thrift store for $5. No, $2.50 is what it was. So that's pretty good profit on that $32.40. Sold a board game called Lie Detector. It's a pretty old game from 1987, and it was missing some parts. It was just sold as is. Whoever got this, I hope that they were just needing the parts and that they didn't expect to get a game that actually worked, because I didn't put anything in here as far as that it didn't work or that it was missing parts. But I only took pictures. I took pictures of what was in it, so I hope that they understand that this is not a complete game. And I hope when they get it that they're not disappointed. But typically, you would want to be specific, like if you're listing something, and let people know if a game is missing parts. You should put it in the description, really. Sold this music album set. There are like 10 albums in this box, and it sold for $14.40. So basically, they got these 10 albums for a little over $1 a piece, which is a steal. And these albums were in mint condition. They were pristine. I sold this stainless steel mess kit for camping. It's a military style mess kit. I picked up several of these at one time for like $3 a piece. This set sold for $17.99. And this is like just your basic mess kit that you get issued in the military. See, it says US on it. See that right there? So that's an issue. That's an actual mess kit that you'd be issued if you were in the military and you were going for bivouac, is what they call it. Sold this infant CPR doll. I bought this for $5, and it has sat in my store for some time now. I kind of expected it to sell sooner. It sold for $20.70. It's what it is. It's a little doll. It's an infant, and people use these to learn how to do CPR on an infant. The American Red Cross, actually, I believe they gave those away at some point. I don't remember. Yeah, this house is coming in handy today, isn't it? Since my air conditioner went out, it's actually very comfortable in here. Marty is always asking me, what am I doing tomorrow? Well, tomorrow, your Aunt Carol has to go in for oral surgery, which is never fun. So she's going to go in for oral surgery, and then I'm going to be on standby in case anything happens and she, bleeds or needs to go to the hospital or something like that. And it all adds up. Yes, it does. It absolutely does. It all adds up. So I sold this Cub Cadet hood. Let me tell you the story about this. Okay, so I'm driving down the street and I see this on the side of the street, and I'm like kind of confused because it's not every day that you see the hood of a riding lawnmower on the side of the street, But everything that is on the side of the street is always going to be fair game. So I picked it up, put it in the back of my vehicle, and just put it in the storage building. So this was basically free. I didn't pay anything for this. And it sold for $234. So that's basically $234 somebody just dropped off on the side of the street. When you can get a find like that, that's something, that's something that legends are made out of. So I wanted to share that story with you. I thought that was pretty cool. This Coach handbag sold for $38.70. I remember picking this up at a yard sale for a couple of dollars. I think it was $3. But it sold for $38.70. You have to be real careful with Coach handbags because they are often fakes. And when you buy things in yard sales, you don't know if it's fake or if it's real sometimes. I don't really have a good enough eye that I can always tell, because I have had some Nike tennis shoes, like some Nike Air Max tennis shoes, the ones that I put in my booth, that I've had come back as not real, but those are real, so don't worry about that. I sold this VHS tape. It's the best of Saturday Night Live for $9.89, and I have no idea where I got that. And I don't even know how much I paid for it, but I can't imagine that I would have paid very much, maybe 50 cents for it. And I'm still selling these decanters. I showed you back a while ago in one of my live streams. I shared some some photos with you of all of the different decanters that I had. So this one sold for $27. And I've already made my, I paid $150 for all of the decanters, and I've already made my money back double. And so everything I get from any of these decanters that I sell is just straight profit. So I still have a bunch of those decanters, and I'm gonna take them and put them uh, in the storage building. I need to get them. They're actually in this room here because I brought a bunch of that stuff over here, and I've been using this place as like a listing place where I've been listing stuff. So I sold this mixer. I bought this at the Adullam. No, I bought this at the food bank thrift store, and it was listed in the food bank thrift store for about $65 or $75 for a long time. And then one day I just asked the lady that works in there. I said, "Would you know this thing's been sitting up on your shelf for a long time for 75? Would you take 25 for it?" And she quickly said yes. And so I paid 25 for this, and it sold for 85. So that was pretty good. Sold this Minolta Freedom camera, $35.99. This was one of those cameras that I bought in a bag of 4 cameras that at a yard sale, and I paid $5 for the whole bag. I've already made so much money out of those cameras that were in that bag. So, this $35.99 is just pure profit. And also, I sold this glove. Now, if you want to do any reselling, or if you're thinking about doing it, I know a lot of you guys in here are not resellers, so it doesn't apply to you. But if you ever want to get started in it, baseball gloves are amazing. I found this at the Adullam thrift store, and it was $5, and it sold for $76.50. So these leather gloves, they go for pretty good money. A lot of times they sell like at the beginning of baseball season, but they sell year round. And this glove sold for $76, and I basically got it for almost nothing. So don't sleep on those gloves. So that's just a few of the things that I've wanted to share with you guys, and kind of show you how the eBay store is doing, and how everything is going with the flea market. I'm real excited about the flea market. I found a new passion, a new inspiration, and so I really do enjoy doing the flea market. It's a lot of fun. But it looks like William is going to have to head on. Good night, William. I hope you are doing okay, and tell Valerie I said hi if she's not watching. If she is watching, hey Valerie, hope you're doing well. You guys are watching on the TV, or are you watching on the cell phone? My inner ear is itching right now. I think I'm still coming off of being sick, and so I might have had an ear infection, but it's itching right now. But I could turn you guys around right now and show you this room, and it's just I've still got all these starting lineup figures and these other figures, these baseball figures. I bought that big lot of baseball figures. They're all in this room in tubs because I've been listing them here instead of taking them over to my eBay store. William says they're watching it on both their cell phones and TV. So I guess that would account for a couple of the extra people watching. We'll stay for the algorithm. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So I'm getting ready to close it out myself because I've been on here an hour almost. But before I go, you guys talk to me. Tell me what's going on in your lives. What is exciting for you? I know my friend CG Anime Fan has been working on some videos that he's getting ready to put up on his YouTube channel. So make sure and go check out CG Anime Fan's YouTube channel. He has a pretty good YouTube channel. He shares a lot of really interesting things on there. So we're missing my friend Dread tonight. I hope, Dread, if you're watching this later, Outdoors Dreadhead, I hope that you can come visit us on the next live stream. But we miss you tonight. Hope you're doing well. CG says that he hopes that the new week goes really well. And he also says he appreciates all of my kindness and support. Thank you very much, CG. And I appreciate your kindness and support as well. By the way, CG is also an author. He has written a book, and it is on Amazon. I bought a copy of that, and it is a really good book. So maybe next time we do a live stream, I'll bring that book and share it with you guys. But CG, if you want to put the name of that book on, just put it down in the comments. We'll pop it up there, and then if anybody's interested, they can go look at it, or they can go look for it on Amazon and purchase it. But it's not very expensive. You just go on there, and if you're interested in reading his book, it's a pretty good little book. But so this week, what do I have going on this week? I have to cut yards. I've got a bunch of yards that I got to cut, and I hate cutting yards, especially in the 100-degree weather that we've been having. But got to cut yards, and of course, I'm always listing on eBay, and I'm always going to my flea market booth and putting stuff out in the flea market booth. So I'll be doing a little bit of that and catching up with my YouTube. And I probably need to put out a new video this week. I try to put out at least one video a week. I hope that's enough for you guys. This last video that I put out, it's not doing as well as some of the others that I put out. The one that I put out the week before last has gotten close to 600 views, but this one hasn't even got 100 views yet, so I don't know what's going on with it. But hopefully it'll pick up in the algorithm, and I'll start getting some more views on that video. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and close it out for tonight. I hope you guys have a great week, and I hope that you are doing well, that things go well for you this week, and we will look forward to seeing you next week, next Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time is when I have my live streams. I know I missed last weekend, but if I don't put a thing on the YouTube channel saying that there's going to be a live stream, then there's not going to be a live stream. So I'm not going to do a live stream every single weekend. There'll be some weekends that I just take a break. So I hope you guys understand that, but I do need to take breaks from time to time. Marty says she's coming to Alabama. She's coming down in September on the 22nd in Alabama. Well, I will not be here on the 22nd of September. I will be in North Carolina. I'm going to go and spend a week in North Carolina. I'm going to visit my friend up there. His name is Chad. He has a YouTube channel called Wolfman's Goodies, but I'm also going there for Mayberry Days in Mount Airy, North Carolina. So Chad lives very close to Mount Airy, and so he has offered to allow me to park my van in his yard. And now I've got a camper van, so I sleep in my van and stay in my van when I'm traveling. So I'll be staying in my van in his yard, and I'll be making some content while I'm up there during Mayberry Days. So you got something to look forward to there. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. I hope you guys have a great evening, and I hope you guys have a great week. And I'll see you guys on the next live stream that I do next Sunday. Hopefully, I will be doing a live stream next Sunday. But if I don't, then I'll see you on the following week. But I should be. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Talk to you later. Thank you guys for being on my live stream tonight. I'm going to go through the list of everyone that was on the live stream tonight. Of course, Marty Baker, my #1 fan. And we had William Smith. Let's see, make sure I get everybody. We had Invisible River Ranch. And Invisible River Ranches always provides a lot of comments. CG Anime Fan also provides lots of comments, and I appreciate both of them. And I also appreciate my friend Jim in Mississippi, whose YouTube channel is called Gumball Gold. And of course, Badlands Bandit. Badlands Bandit has been with me for quite some time, and I really appreciate the fact that he uses the term retire inspired nation. So you guys take care, and I'll see you again next Sunday. Love you guys. Bye bye.